Let's see if that shit actually fucking works. Oh my god, I get sick of this bullshit. Hey, it worked. Look at that. All right. Spanky, McFucking monkey. Ah, God. Crap you gotta put up with. Yeah, and we're back. Yeah. And whoever's working the system is whack. Ah. Sometimes that's just how you gotta do it. These things, they bite, dude, but they don't strip, you know. Last time we stripped a hub was in Northport Sunday. And stripped it because I broke it. I literally shattered it. I split it because I broke the one drive shaft. So it was like just juicing that side with, that was the only side that had traction. And my dips are stiff, so I ended up blowing it out. This one is particularly angry. I have no idea. I think Brody's not down here. He's pissed right now. He's pissing himself. Fucker. Oof, the price you pay for hubs. There we go. It's problem the fronts are so much harder because they swivel, because they have steering. Okay. So, Nick's servo died. And I have a feeling that something's wrong with the steering, and that's why it died. So, we're going to get into that. Because, I got to maintain his shit and all my shit. So sometimes shit gets missed. And he doesn't know how to explain if there's something wrong with anything. Oh, yeah, that won't even turn. That's why his servo blew out. That is, yeah, okay. So we're just going to go with the teardown. Like I said, the normal way I do them when I do bi-yearlies, as I call them. So we're just going to get started ripping it down. So crack everything loose. Right. That's kind of, yeah, that's easy. So mm-hmm. All right. Kind of intrigued now by the steering thickness. I've never actually seen that before. The steering to lock up like that. Not on a 5S, not on a 6S. I mean, I have limited experience with these kind of stuff. I'm really intrigued to see what that's going to end up being. Never ever reties his damn straps. Just leaves them hanging out. No, there it goes. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot the bumper spring. Yes, those are oversized 3 mils in that back half of the bumper. It's the only way to do it, really. So I was on the source. Forgot to handle the rest already. Sorry about that. It's been kind of loud. Not bad. That was the wrong one, but oh well. Really only need to take off the one side screw on the motor side because the motor's got to come off. Or at least loose. Alright, so it's probably got a switch attached to it or some shit. Good guess. There's that. Okay, so I don't need the differentials off. Zangry bolt. The bolt is angry. Yes. Alright, so like I said, this is essentially what I call a bi-yearly. So, I mean, whatever you want to call it, 10 battery packs, 20 battery packs. I mean, I don't know if you could bash like super extreme and go through 20 without tearing your rig down, because that's a lot of heartache where I come from. Thank God. Trying to strip these screws. We're running out of these 3 mil counters because I put them in so much stuff. Hanging up on me. Oh, okay. Right. Of course, here we got some steaming items. I need to come off. Come on, you. That might be part of the problem right there. You can get this off the steering shaft. Something to consider. Alright, well, let's get that steering shaft off then. Hey, how about that? It actually worked. Let's see if we can get the screw out of there. Oh. She's playing hard to get. There we go. So I was essentially just pushing the thing to the side so it would hold the threads, so it would put friction on it, so it would actually turn it. That's the only reason I got that out. So big difference on a bi-yearly and a yearly in my world. First of all, so let me clean this up a little bit. Get our major components out of here. Big heavy obvious things. Let's get all these. Don't worry about mixing up your screws and your nuts and bolts. I'll show you exactly how to figure out where every one of them go, no matter what size or type or length, which is the real important part. You can pick your own screws if you want socket heads or button heads or freaking countersunks, but your depth will make or break it. All right, so now we got that out. Now we get center diff out of here. So once we get the grease off the front and back of this thing, at this point, this is going to be the last time you're going to see this section until reassembly. So before it goes away, you need to go around and look for any loose screws, any wires that might be rubbing on something, chafing, anything like that, anything that could cause a potential issue in the future. Because that's what a rebuild's all about, is making sure that everything is tip-top and you're not going to have any problems when you're out there doing your thing. Because there's nothing worse than going to do your thing and you get out there and the first time you hit the gas, you get a strip diff. And that's why we do stuff like this. And I don't know. What happened here? Oh, you know what? I need to change that servo anyway. Oh, Nick pulled it out and didn't tighten it back up in the field. So, all right. So yeah, make sure your pinion's tight. It's not moving back and forth. You can have a perfectly good running car and you won't know your pinion will slide back and forth. So double check that. Like I said, pull your motor all the way out, because when we reassemble, we don't want our pinion gear touching the spur, because we need to check, make sure all of your drivetrain is free floating, non-binding, everything can move independent. So you know there's nothing taking away horsepower or causing you run time, or eating shit up that shouldn't be eaten up because there's something rubbing on something or whatever though. All right, so this guy is out of here for a minute. See ya. All right, so now we focus on three things. Center differential, which is not a big deal. I mean, all you gotta do is make sure your screws are tight, make sure your fluid is still doing what you want it to do, depending on what kind of level you're running. This is million weight plus a little earplug. It feels pretty good. So screws are tight. Awesome. Put together properly. Because I did it not long ago, and it's plastic, so you're not going to get the Loctite problem. So that's done. Bam, that's out of your way. Drive shafts in the center. We're working our way out here, if you didn't notice. Check for flat spots on the pins, excessive wear. You can see this one's a little flatter on that side than the other. Obviously, that's the drive direction. Sometimes you can flip these around. I don't know if you can or not. I'm not thinking if it actually spins the other way or not. If you flip it, it's just on the other worn side. It might be. I don't know. Too much for me to grasp right now because I'm all concentrated on this. Anyway, if you have any bent shafts or pins that are worn out and you want to change them, all that, that's a good time to do it. We got a bearing we picked up here, so that's a steering bearing. Remember that's out because they need to all be in when you put it together. All right, so we got the steering shaft that's stuck in here somehow. But we also have something that's binding. Oh my God, these hubs are stuck. Like stuck. How in the hell did that happen? Oh boy. Yeah, I forgot about this V6 thing. That's a lot of little screws to strip. Oh, yeah, that's really tight. How did this happen? That's my question. All right, so can't even get all these damn things loose, unfortunately, because some of them are already stripped. No, not really. There's another idea, actually. Well, there's your problem. Okay, so if you jack your shafts all the way into where they're pressing on the inside of the hubs, it will crunch your steering and it will blow your servo. So I showed Nick how to do the modification, just shorten up the arms in order to get the camber right and still be able to keep the things in. I didn't say tighten it up until you have no steering anymore. Right. I mean, yeah, he might not have done it. I might have done it, but it would have been one of those things where I'm right in the middle of 5 other things, and he's like, "Hey, can you? The car's not ready." It's because you were screwing around the whole time. Anyway. Okay, cool, man. We'll check it out in a second. That's just, damn, that sucks. That really sucks. All right, but at least, yeah, we can get back to actually figuring out everything about this thing. Okay, so if we didn't have that problem in the first place, start by pulling the shocks. Bang, bang. Oh, shit bag. You need to get a center driver. Alright, there's that. Got bottom of the shocks off. And we won't see those for a little while because that's going to be one of the last things we do since all the suspension and drivetrain needs to be checked without those. So, yeah, he jammed his damn drive shafts right up in the center, didn't he? What a motion. Right, but that still doesn't. Here, when we got this thing going on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe not. No. Okay. Oh yeah. Right, man. It's got a burr on top of it. That's why it doesn't want to move. Very well. See? No. All right, easy fix. So no problem there. The service saver is still functioning, so no cracked or split or anything. Check all the ends, make sure they're all relatively tight, which they are on this particular vehicle. Check these bolts. These have the scorched bearings in the rack. Oh no, you know what? He's got a new rack on this car now that I think about it. So we'll install that while we're here. And of course, check all the rest of the bolts. Make sure everything's snuggy buggy. And then we can pull the differential too. Ooh. Make sure that's all happy cambered up in there. Which case, I think I'll actually drop the control arms so I can get absolute feel for it. We have remember now, this is one of the ones that needs a bulkhead pretty much. Damn, bro. Alright. I'm gonna do that. It's fine. I like that shit, fucker. Little bitch. Alright. So, rolling gear. That needs to be done something. Yeah, it's not. Alright. Let's separate what we're doing now from the later. Motherfucker. All right, so yeah, this has a little bit of play that could be topped up here, I think. So we're gonna try to show you the. My only issue is what vehicle it's for. To be honest with you. Like I said, while you're in here, check every nut and bolt. Everything loose on you. Or just pull itself clean out of the damn hole. Alright. Come here. Oh, we got this tight little bastard out. Check out its screws. These are like the last diffs I put together, except for the ones I've done recently. So I'm not surprised that all the bolts are tight because, you know, this had come to the point where I perfected my method. Yeah, where I'm still finding ones that were done 6 months ago that are coming apart. You're not going to find that on anything I did 3 months ago or whatever. God, that can't be the right size. I think it's just loose as shit. Really? Yeah, that roast just sucks though. It's too fucking small, dude. You set your mom on fire. Yeah. Ah, fuck you. Right. Come on. There's something that's keeping that. Really need to buy some new shit. Oh, you fucking son of a bitch. You know what? So you're getting heat. Not playing around with this thing. That's some kind of shit. A little bit of heat will fix it. Yeah. I'm just gonna stick with this one. That's probably the best one I got. Speaking of which, I'm trying for a cigarette. And a beer. This video is sponsored by Irresponsibility. You can find it anywhere you go. Yeah, I know it's for the CAG, but that's why I said me. I said I don't like what truck it's for. Build one for ours, for the right truck. There we go. See, that's seriously just becoming the norm in my world. Is that everything we take off that's metal to metal has to have a little bit of heat on it, and it's not a big deal. It's just a torch for a couple seconds. But in order to keep anything tight, you got to red Loctite it, and pretty much have 90% of the stuff you red Loctite, you got a torch to get up. So it's becoming the norm, even with hubs, with wheels. It's kind of its own locking device. It's just heat released, and I mean it comes off clean with the heat, so it's not that big a deal. But it's just the way it is. It's becoming the norm, I guess. I don't have a problem with it. You don't have to worry about stuff slipping and coming off and coming loose and blowing up your stuff, and so be it. That's not good. So see how that feels. And I mean, it's not even really excessive heat. We're probably only going to like 150 to 200. Get off. Okay. I love how fun these can be. I like that. The question is, how is it going to feel with the rest of it in there? I realized how easy that is to do on the V6. I was just like, get this goddamn thing away from me. Alright, there we go. So let's box this back up and see how she feels. Hopefully. Awesome. Whoa. Really? A good grease on my hands. The way 300 wrenches are pulled up for a reason. Alright. Oh, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, I think it's going to be about as perfect as you want to use for it. Alright. Alright, where's the one that doesn't clog up? Pain in my ass. Seriously? Yeah. Okay, where the hell is the red Loctite? Okay, that's a little strange. What the shit? Alright. So, let's put this guy back on. Now, I was going to do like an interference fit with that, which is, I just heat them up with a torch to get them to expand and let them contract on themselves. But, alright, so, yeah, it's better, but that's still a lot more play than I like. I don't know how much room we have in that case. Not terribly happy with that. And this is the joy of doing differentials. Making them perfect. Damn. I thought they need that much shim. Take the box off again. Happy, joy. Ochi's cases have enough room to put bigger bolts in them. There's just not enough. Plenty of room as it is. All right, come on, get up. There you go. Come on. All right. Okay. So we're gonna have 3, I guess. Unless I find a second one. I have a bag of shirts up there. No, I don't. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Hopefully this doesn't shove it right into the case. And I mentioned before you even start any of this, make sure your bearings are tight on the input and on the diff, which I did. Come on, get in there. It's tight, but it's not binding. Let's see how it is with the case on it. Oh, lovely. Oh, there's a reason that belongs to me. Okay. So. Yeah, I need a longer screw for that one. Well, I do have longer screws in there, so I don't have them. Yep. I'm definitely out of button heads at that length. Or socket heads. Shit. I haven't buy a bunch more of those, you know? Alright, so. Nice. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it's got a pretty tight spot on it. Let's see if it's going to stay like that. Yeah, that's all right. Right, this is the tiniest little tight spot. That'll just work its way out. Because if not, it's not going to last as long as you want it to, unfortunately. That's not enough to slow the truck down. It's not going to bind or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to start putting it back together. The dip's good. Our core is solid, as they say. Of course, this dip does need a rebuild. I mean, it needs new outputs, needs new input, but not yet. You can Loctite these upper pins if you want. They're kind of a bastard to get heat in there without burning shit, but sometimes it's necessary, I guess. Let's see if we can actually tighten this up without screwing the steering on this shit. Alright, so. Let's make sure it's free flowing, and if it's not, then you got something going on. Let's see here. That looks like plenty to me. Still moves on. I'm not trying to put this thing all the way down in the socket. Yeah, I mean, that one's the only one that's fine. I mean, camber looks about. Okay, so that's that. And we're in our steering's good, our steering links are good, so. There's plenty of grease in this thing, it isn't anymore. Seriously. Alright, so that side's good. We're done with that. Now we got the part to put in here, so we gotta find that. And we gotta set it right. Which I'll explain. Question is, where the hell is the part? Oh, got it. Okay. So, right, we're putting in one of these TRL tuned bars. Now, I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but if you look at these stock bars and you look at the TRL tuned ones, which are sold as 7075 aluminum, you can see the striations where it's pressed. It's a die cast piece. It's punched through a piece of metal. Now, I don't know enough about metallurgy to say anything about it, but I thought you can, die cast or punch cast, like really hard stuff like T6, 7075. So I don't know if I'm just barking up the wrong tree or whatever, but it just seems kind of weird to me that they both have the same marks on them, like they're punched out of the same plate. Because the stock piece is not advertised as 7075. Just saying. So let's get this bar changed out. We got our scorched bearings instead of bushings in this piece here. So I'm going to get a little more. Actually, cut down a bit, I guess. Shit. These. Let's see. All right, so now I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret. Now, if you're trying to set up a car, you're trying to put a car together, and you got stock ARRMA bar with 2 holes, and then you got TRL 2 with 4 holes, where are you gonna put those marks? Where are you gonna set it up at? I can tell you how to figure it out. Which I need to borrow my phone. Okay, so just a second. There you go. All right. More. Okay, inch Bible. So you go to ARRMA.com and you can find the Tyrrell Tune Typhon. Right? The manual. So unlike other ARRMA products, in the back of the manual, there is a be-all end-all of tuning that tells you pretty much what every adjustment is and what it's going to make the car do if you change it. Everything from differentials to shocks, to shock mounting points, to shock fluids, to their adjustable kick up and anti-squat and toe, which I actually make my own custom parts for that because I can't stand 3.5 degrees of rear toe like ARRMA sets it up. All those adjustments, what they do when you change them, wing height, ride height, camber, toe, ARRMA, you name it, sway bar settings, anti-roll bars, whatever you want to call them. It's all in here. It's a very, very good resource for a beginner tuner or a beginner chassis setter up or whatever the hell you want to call it. So, ARRMA. Less ARRMA decreases initial steering, increases steering mid-corner to corner exit. So when the chassis is flat, you won't have as much steering. When it's side-loaded, you will have more steering because the middle of the corner and the exit of the corner, it'll be side-loaded because it's already pitched over going to the corner. More ARRMA increases initial steering, decreases steering mid-corner to corner exit. So it'll be more sensitive going into the corner, less sensitive coming out of the corner. All right, so we're going to go with, he wanted it to be like my truck. Where's my truck set up? My truck is set up at the more forward bar, so that's going to be more ARRMA. No, least to most, no, less ARRMA. Right, so I've got all the way at the 1 bar, so we'll go with that. And he said he liked the steering on my truck, so that was a really big difference in his to mine. So let's set it up. Wrong board. And here we go with a little bit of uptight. Yeah, these are totally different parts than the old setup. The links are way tougher. Oops, these are on the wrong side, aren't they? I'll just flip them over, I guess. They're pretty much Siamese. These aren't, those ones are. Alright, no big deal. Alright, so he's gonna have to go. Or no, actually. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, Yep. So, little bearing. And go for the bolt. Then a scorch kit, they give you the spacer. It goes on first. And then stock washer. Bolt that down as necessary. Where'd it go? Yeah, right. It's not gonna suck. Yeah, see, that's pretty damn tight. I think it's spinning in the plastic. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, really sucker. Bearing all this, you make sure it's trying to be there. Wasn't trying to use the plastic to pull it through. Would have stripped the threads. I don't know. Seriously? That's weird. It's just kind of bottoming out, but not. It's just kind of turning, but not getting any tighter. Yeah, it's. I'll let them know to replace it with an actual aluminum rack for too long. Aluminum rack bits anyway. We're gonna need them. All right, so rack's done. Rack's ready to go back in, except for we'll put new bearings in it when we do. All right, I guess we're on the rear end now, huh? Well, this is going a lot quicker than I thought. I'm gonna have a whole damn car done before we finish this show. Well, that'd be kind of cool to have like one whole bi-yearly rebuild done in one show. Of course, I haven't been taking breaks either. Oh, I need to check with Nick and see if he wants my front end mod done, because that'll be more shock work at the end. But I mean, that wouldn't be bad to incorporate that with this anyway. So, where'd my four-way go? Where'd it go, George? Where'd it go? All right, groove feet, and then shortly after that, track shoes. Yeah, we're dealing with the little screws at 2 out. Okay. Where's the damn four-way? Yeah, these are all too big. Nope. 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 Not on me. Not on me. Great. Don't think I put it back. Yeah. I'm losing shit left and right. Oh, fucker, come here. Isn't that cool? Maybe not. They weren't so tight I couldn't get them on. Alright. Oh, hiding under the differential, you dumb son of a bitch. That's a little bit of binding there. Oh, these are just falling off, I guess. Okay. Yeah, it's a little tight. Not sure why exactly. I don't think the pins are too bad. pretty damn good. For gear mesh. Quite nice, actually. I like that. Does look like the inner case is coming apart, though. Oh, that's a grease line. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. The bearings don't fit bad. Shimmy on this a little tighter. It's probably like sticking. Yeah. Oh, it's this side sticking. Yeah, it's probably slightly bent. Get this all short trucked up. Or is it medium? No, it's short trucked up. Alright. See about that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's definitely in the pin, I guess. I don't know, for a stunt truck, that's really not, I mean, that's not that much binding. Yeah, I mean, if it was like really stopping, but they move at the same rate, even though it's just got a little bit more bind on it. And besides, the control arms are bent. This one especially. Oh my god, that is really bent. Look at that. See the curvature of that thing? Wow. I need to contact Nick on a couple things. Yeah. And he's like, he's all getting upset with me because I told him to buy RPM control arms because we were out of them. We didn't have any in stock. And he was like, oh, you didn't need them? I'm like, no, we didn't need them for stock. He's like, oh, I thought you needed them. Well, now you need them, buddy. So what do you think about that? Bubble. All right, so hey, buddy. So look, I got your acronym bar on. I'm doing your car first. I'm doing a bi-yearly rebuild. Do you want the front shock modification done that I'm doing now? Also, your rear control arm, especially on one side, is badly bent. Would you like me to install the RPM arms? You can always come on the live cast and talk shit. Yeah, some people. Yeah, that is really bent. Really bent. Holy shit. Yeah, that's definitely got to be changed out. But I don't know. You might tell me to put a stalker in it. I don't know why I would. So I know we don't have any stalkers for this thing. Actually. Well, shit, that is a stalker. Oh, but that's fucking. Is that a stretch crack? I don't know. Just a mark. No, that one's actually straight. I could put that in there. No, it's broken inside here. Yeah, it's split right through, all the way through. Wow, look at that. That's an arm failure, huh? Well, I forgot about that. Makes sense though, because the ARRMA arms are a lot harder than the RPMs. And I know a lot of people talk shit on the RPM, saying they're like whips and they're so flexible and all this shit. Well, you know what? We make everything else solid. That's our sacrificial piece. And the fact that it usually doesn't break, you can't beat it. You can't have a solid structure when you're landing on concrete. Clamp it. Yeah, I'll drill holes in it and put safety wire through it. No, even better, hog rings. You know what those are? when you're doing like reupholstering the seat, the little clips that you have to put in to hold the thing together. It's like a staple, but you fold it in half into a ring. They call it a hog ring. So I guess it's the same thing they used to put rings in hogs' noses. I don't know. I'm not from this country. I'm from California. But yeah. All right. Wow, waiting on Nick. I'd rather stab myself in the head with a brick. I guess I could change his servo out, or at least see if it actually did fail. Because I think it did, but I mean, it wasn't moving. But it might have just overheated. I don't know. Bro, I'm on live right now.
Oh, I got you. My bad.
Obviously, you don't watch the channel, Dick. Oh yeah, it still works. Cool. Yeah. All right. He's got it on 75. All right. Well, that's a good thing. I don't have to give him my new stab box. Or let him borrow it, whatever you call it. All right. Well, cool. So that's figured out. Good to go. Guess now we're just being held up by the arms and Nick answering the phone. All right. Well, we're gonna have to change it anyway. So whether we put in stalkers or what. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's got to tweak it. Other one's not bad. All right. That's a lot of bearing play. That might be a problem in the future. I should probably fix that now. Oh, these are glass. All right. So yeah, change out the bearings. At least on the input shaft. No! No! We've got loose screws everywhere in the back. Son of a bitch. Alright. Well, we can remedy this. Yeah, the technology. This is going to take a little while. Yeah, man, the rest of those are going to need torch to take out. So we got this one. And that'll be like our control. Son of a bitch, man. It really is difficult to keep the shit out of these things when you freaking load them up. As far as grease getting in the Loctite, because any contamination is Loctite, you're screwed. It's not going to work green. I left many, many marks in my hand, but I got it. Alright. I'll have to clean all these out. You talking about putting the clamps around the control arms? I think I saw that. Yeah, I have those clamps. I really don't want to do that. One thing is the weight, and I don't break many control arms. These are stock control arms. I didn't know what to expect of mine. I really don't care because I don't run stock control arms. This is Nick's rig. If he wants to run stalkers, he can run stalkers. It's not the way I build mine. Right. What the fuck was I doing? Yeah, I gotta clean that. Okay, and I gotta pressurize that can somehow. Shit, this is gonna take a while. I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna see if I can actually make that brake mod thing work. Well, it's supposed to do something, but no, I guess it's not doing anything. I have to interact button. I thought that was it. Yeah, it's not working. Who cares? Oh well, screw it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, between freaking getting the air compressor up and getting that cleaned up and then putting it back together, change those bearings, change the control arms. That's what happens with a yearly. You gotta fix some shit. There's an RPM, but it's one of the, what do you call it? No, that's a 4-hole. Another one there? Oh, no. Nah. Don't show at the front, the right sides. That's going to be 6. No, this is that side. And this is RPM. Well, I guess I'm putting RPMs on it. But do I sleeve them? I don't know, fresh pins, fuck it. I'm not going to do it. So, all right. Christ almighty. It's never easy. All right, I'll pressurize this brake cleaner. Figure out some food. Yeah. Let me see that. There you go, shit. I think I might actually two-part this thing. So I'm thinking at this point, get a shower, get up to the store, get some stuff for dinner, have everything on hand I need to make dinner. And then get back here, start prepping food, get back on, finish this truck. I'll probably get an answer from Nick by then. Because I still haven't, so I'm going to have to call him, I guess. So let me clean and seal this differential. And then I think I'm going to two-part this bad boy up and come back in like an hour. No, that shit, huh? Yeah, that's the thing. We're not breaking anything, though. No. I mean, that, I don't know where that arm came from. I mean, that's been in there for, it might have been in there from before. I haven't broken an arm in forever. I mean, at least 6 months. And it must have been an old, worn out, busted up arm. We'll have to go over that clamp mod again sometime, dude. I'm not really remembering it, to tell you the truth. Alright. So, if those four are set. These two. Yeah, I'm going to try something here. Since all the rest of these are so tight, I'm trying to see if we can do one-sided. Since I got brake cleaner on hand right now. Yeah, that's tight. That's tight. Right. So let's just clean it out and try brake cleaner. See if those two stick. I don't think they're too well. All I'm doing off camera is just hitting it with brake cleaner and then hitting it with a little bottle brush. Scrub out any of that brake or old Loctite or grease or anything. Alright, so we got that on lock. So next is change out those bearings. Standing on the rooftop. Yeah, I mean, for all I know, Nick might want like modified specs for camber and kick-up or camber and anti-squat. I don't even think he knows what anti-squat is, but it's kind of too bad. It really helps. All right, out. Okay, do it your way. Wow, stiff little bastard. Okay, eat it. Eat you. Alright. There's a shim. Actually, you know what? We need to get these in a Nick's special collection because he bought these just for his car. So, these are brand new ones. There you go. Yep. We need some steering bearings. Should have that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That should be it for now. Everything else is good. Hubs are good and all that, whatnot. There you go. Come on. Really? Bitch. You're so easy to jam sideways in these cases. There you go. Rooftop. Standing on the rooftop. Too far. Shit. Sorry, I'm off the camera again. There we go. I keep remembering that damn thing. I'm ready to fall. Ready to fall. Alright, so this works now. Okay. These fucking rear shock towers just suck. Fucking Christ. Work. Thank you. it stays like that, I'm gonna be excited. Oh, it's glassy smooth. Alright. Let's get some bolts in this bitch. So we're actually at. I can't tell if you're laughing. Between each smile, there's a tear in your eye. That's too long. Down in an hour, waiting for you, and either am I. Yep. That's before you know. Well, turned out just like the other one. Actually better. This one's actually smoother. But with the fresh grease and some movement, it'll be just fine. Just a little. It doesn't look quite angry, does it? That's too bad because it spins so smooth. I mean, I'm sure that the teeth pattern is a little bit off compared to how it used to be, but what do you do? You know, it's still smooth. It's still easy to move. There's no binding. As long as it ain't binding, run it. I'm telling you, you gotta keep them tight. The only way these things last. All right, so guess we'll be waiting on Nick's call for the control arm. So this is where I'm gonna have to take these off and then go get dinner. Where in the hell? Lost it again. That's funny. I'm gonna put your wrenches, stupid. There we go. Okay, really? You're starting to make me angry. Oh, that's going to go the wrong way. That's funny. 6S D6 doesn't have shims to move your hubs back and forth to change your, what do you call it? Change your wheelbase, but we have shims in there for some reason. Must be because it needs a little tightening up. Right. So the debate continues between wobbly and funky monkey. I'm waiting for the funky monkey to return my call. So yeah. There you go, man. Yeah, dude. Freaking, it works for checking them out. Because, I mean, seriously, you got to seat the bearings and everything. You got to put some torque on them. That's how you really know if they're right. But, yeah, I'm going to split this shit up, dude. I'm going to freaking, I'm going to go do some shit I got to do, like shower and clean up and all that. And then I'm going to run the store and get food. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to get back on and finish this truck. Because I think I can finish this truck tonight. If I get answers from Nick, I can. And then I'll have 4 more to do. Right. All right. Good thing I got out of work early, right? All right. So I'll see you in like an hour and a half, but I'll text you beforehand. Actually, no, I'm just going to put it on right now to start at, I'm going to say 8. All right. So I'll see you in a bit. Later.